All right, firing on all 8 cylinders, or do we have 10 today? Maybe 12. Maybe we're a V12 roaring out of the garage today. What do you think of that into this brand new week? Glad to have you here, fighting for you from the foxhole of freedom. I'm Steve Gruber. Thank you for spending time here. Remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook and all those great places. Remember, only you can save America, but we can do it together. All right, 3 big things this hour. Number 1, Stellantis. Stellantis keeps cutting jobs. The builders of Chrysler, since they created the place about 4 years ago. That's number 1. Number 2, the mayor of Hamtramck, now appointed by Donald Trump to be the ambassador to Kuwait. Nice little gift for him. And number 3, I want you to hear this. This is important. A hangover from the Biden administration, right? I want you to hear this. A hangover from the Biden administration, and I'm going to couple that with some brilliance from Jasmine Crockett. You know, the new Democrat spokesperson, Jasmine Crockett. Brilliant as she is. Yeah. ICE has been forced to release illegals into the country because Joe Biden and his administration cut so many detention centers, defunded them, and shut them down. We've got a problem with how many detention centers and how many beds are available, says Hector Kirog, specialist in immigration, an attorney in Spokane, Washington. On January 23rd, for example, ICE conducted coordinated raids across major U.S. cities. 538 individuals were arrested and detained. Subsequent operations have continued at a high pace. January 29th, ICE arrested almost 1,000 individuals, marking the highest daily arrest count under the Trump administration, but they'll set new records. During the first month, approximately 8,200 were arrested. But in fiscal year 2024, ICE had 41,500 beds costing about $3.4 billion annually. I don't know how the hell are they that expensive? 41,000 beds or $3.4 billion? It seems pretty remarkable. In December of 24, ICE had relatively static bed space, which forces the agency to carefully prioritize who it detains. Then you have to have some priorities. Who do I hold? Who do I release? Detention and so forth and beds have been decreased massively under Joe Biden, right? So these beds were gotten rid of. Detention centers were closed. Spending was canceled. Apparently that was okay. The canceling spending for vasectomies in Guatemala and you know, circumcisions in Istanbul, apparently that's still a good idea. A Gallup poll released at the beginning of the Trump administration found that 68% of Americans predict that Trump will control illegal immigration. 28% said he would not. Now, having said that, I want to go to this Jasmine Crockett comment. Here's how smart this woman is. Coming into the country illegally is not illegal. What? You hear it and you tell me.
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so that
it's not a crime to come into the country illegally. Literally what she just said. Literally what she just said. It's not a crime to come into this country illegally. You just said it was illegal. They came in illegally. By the use of your own words, you moron, that's a crime. Anyhow. The administration has faced space constraints. NBC News reporting that some illegals have been let go under supervision orders, some wearing GPS tags, but they tear these things off. The ongoing space constraints have led officials to set up tents at the U.S. Naval Station, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. 2 U.S. defense officials told Fox News none of the 195 beds prepared have been used to house illegals because they do not meet ICE standards. As of Wednesday, only 20 illegals were being held at the base, 16 high-threat illegal aliens being held at the detention facility, part of the base, also known as Camp 6. 4 illegals are being held at a backup facility due to inadequacy of the tents. DHS and ICE have not responded to inquiries regarding what criteria is used to evaluate if a migrant is a high threat. Look, the problem is we're not vetting, well, we are now. 8,300, the number of illegals caught at the border in February. 8,300. Down from 300,000 and 400,000 a month in the months leading up to February. They have closed the border. They have closed the border, and they're on the path. The Laken-Riley Act requires dangerous people to immediately detain non-citizens. ERO would require at a minimum 64,000 additional detention beds. However, this does not account for the other immigration enforcement mandates that may place a need for increased detention capacity. Border security and interior enforcement will likely be top priorities of the Republicans as they work through this reconciliation bill in process. All right, so you've got that happening in real time, which is good news. It needs to happen, and it's happening now. Meanwhile, as I just mentioned, the mayor of Hamtramck, Amir Ghalib, the next U.S. ambassador to Kuwait. The president credited the Yemen native with helping secure Michigan's 15 electoral votes for the Republican ticket November 5. So he gets rewarded. 45-year-old Ghalib became the first Arab American Muslim mayor in Hamtramck in 2021. Southeast Michigan, including the greater Metro Detroit area, is typically a Democrat stronghold. But during the 24 campaign, Ghalib endorsed Trump and campaigned right alongside him. So, if you play ball, there can be a political prize for you in all of it. And look, the Democrats have lost their way with working men and women, black voters, young voters, Hispanic voters, and Arab and Muslim voters, too. They've lost their way all the way around. Time is probably your most precious commodity. Look, every day you wonder, what should I do with this day? You have a choice. You could waste your spare time on mindless entertainment or use it to learn something that can help you change the world and how you see the world you live in. That's right, Hillsdale College offering more than 40 free online courses, including the newest. It's on totalitarian novels. I've told you this. And in just 8 lectures, Hillsdale President Larry Arnn will take you through 1984, Brave New World, Darkness at Noon, and That Hideous Strength. Books that reveal what happens when tyranny takes hold. Yeah, the novels are decades old. I mean, these are old books. But the warnings, as salient and as urgent as ever. Let Hillsdale College help you understand why faith, family, and friends are worth fighting for. Go to gruberforhillsdale.com. You can enroll. There's no cost. Again, it's free, my friends, free. And it's easy to get started. Look, you want to sit there and look at Marketplace or social media. Look, we do that too. But along the way, you can learn some good things, and you can do it for free, no cost, easy to get started. Gruberforhillsdale.com. Gruberforhillsdale.com. Yeah, free education from Larry Arnn. Brilliant man, by the way. Hope to have him on the show sometime soon. Coming up after the break, Chase Ergen, Executive Director of Make America Wealthy Again. We'll tell you what that's all about coming up here on The Steve Gruber Show.